Samsung just dropped the Fold 8 and the Fold 8 Ultra a couple days ago, and there's a lot to talk about. Because Samsung did something that they've never done before with this lineup. They've split the Fold into two completely different phones. One of them I think is pretty cool, and the other, I have some thoughts. We're gonna go through both, see what Samsung improved and what they didn't. And by the end, I want you to decide if either of them is what Samsung is charging them for. Let's get into it. So why two phones? Previously, there was only one Galaxy Z Fold per year. You got what you got. This year, however, Samsung decided that's not enough, so they split their lineup into two very distinct devices. The Fold 8 is now a completely new form factor. Shorter, wider, Samsung are calling it a widescreen foldable. When you fold it closed, it's almost square-shaped, like a passport or a small notebook. When you unfold it, the inner display opens to a 4:3 aspect ratio, more like a tablet for watching content than the tall, narrow formats of previous folds. This is the most dramatic redesign the Fold series has ever had. The Fold 8 Ultra is the direct successor to the Fold 7. Same familiar tall form factor, same book-style design people know, but with meaningful hardware upgrades across the board, including, for the first time ever, an Ultra-branded foldable with a proper flagship camera system. Two folds, two different ideas about what a foldable should be. Let's look at each one. The form factor change is the entire story here. 5.5-inch cover screen, 7.6-inch inner display that opens to a 4:3 aspect ratio. Samsung are positioning this as the most mainstream foldable ever made. Easier to carry, better for content consumption, and it's less awkward in the hand when folded. On paper, that argument makes sense. The complaint about the previous Fold phones was that the cover screen was too narrow. This solves that. But here's where I have questions. The camera system on the Fold 8 is a 50-megapixel main and a 50-megapixel ultra-wide. Dual camera. No telephoto. No telephoto on an $1,899 phone in 2026. Now Samsung will tell you that the 50-megapixel sensors are excellent, and they are, but no telephoto means no optical zoom. You're cropping it digitally. On a nearly $2,000 phone? It's a decision, I guess. Battery is 4800 milliamps. That's an improvement over the Fold 7's 4400, but still, for a phone this size and this price, 4800 milliamps is not a number that gets you excited. The wide form factor is pretty interesting. The camera is a genuine compromise. Whether that trade-off works for you depends entirely on how you use your phone. Content consumption and everyday use. Fold 8 might be the most comfortable foldable Samsung has ever made. For photography, look somewhere else. Now the Fold 8 Ultra. This is the one I was most excited with. $2,099 starting price, £1,899 in the UK. Ships August 7th, and for the first time in the history of the Galaxy Z Fold series, Samsung have actually put a proper flagship camera system in a foldable. 200 megapixel primary camera, 50 megapixel ultra-wide with autofocus, 10 megapixel 3x telephoto, same sensor lineup as the Galaxy 26 Ultra. That is a significant statement. Samsung have been putting compromised camera systems in Fold phones for 8 generations because fitting proper sensors into a thin foldable body is genuinely difficult. The Fold 8 Ultra is Samsung's answer to that problem, and it works. It's 4.1 millimeters thin when unfolded, and it weighs 215 grams. Thinnest Samsung foldable ever made. 8-inch flex titanium inner display, new display material that Samsung claims significantly reduces crease visibility. 5000 milliamp silicon carbon battery. Better chemistry, better energy density, better longevity than standard lithium ion. Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, One UI 9 on Android 17. 7 years of software updates. The Fold 8 Ultra is the foldable that Samsung should have been making for the last 3 years. They finally put ultra-level hardware into a foldable. The only thing that stops me getting fully excited is that 10 megapixel telephoto at 3x. The main camera is 200 megapixels, the telephoto is 10. When you switch from the main camera to the telephoto, the quality difference is going to be visible. Samsung fixed the ultra-wide, they upgraded the main camera. The telephoto is still the weak link, and at $2,099, that telephoto situation does stick in your head. Right, let's step back and look at both phones together. Samsung are asking £1,699 for the Fold 8 and $1,899 for the Fold 8 Ultra. Those are pretty high numbers, and Samsung deserve credit. They've made real progress with the Fold 8 and the Fold 8 Ultra. On the Fold 8 Ultra specifically, the camera is much better than any foldable Samsung has shipped before. The display is thinner and better, and even the battery has improved. But here's where I keep coming back to. The Oppo Find N6 Fold, which we reviewed on this channel, has a Hasselblad triple camera system with 3 50-megapixel sensors across main, ultra-wide, and telephoto. Consistent optical quality across every lens. Available right now at a significantly lower price than the Fold 8 Ultra. Samsung's Fold 8 Ultra telephoto is 10 megapixels. The X9 Ultra's telephoto, not even a foldable, a standard flagship, is 100 megapixels. I'm not saying Samsung makes bad phones. They don't. The software, the ecosystem, the local warranty, the brand support, these things have real value. Samsung's foldable software is still the most mature in the market, and that matters for day-to-day use. But when you look at pure hardware specifications at equivalent price points, the gap between what Samsung offers and what brands like Oppo and Vivo are building quietly closed. And in some cases, like camera consistency, battery capacity, and charging speed, it's actually gone the other way. That's just worth knowing before you spend $2,000. Okay, so who are these phones actually for? If you want the most comfortable, everyday foldable form factor, you watch a lot of content, camera's not really your priority, you're deep in Samsung's ecosystem, and switching feels like too much effort, then the Fold 8 might be the phone for you. Again, just to clarify, you are compromising on the camera here. Now, if you want the best foldable Samsung has ever made, you actually care about the camera quality, you want ultra-level hardware in a foldable body, you're willing to pay £18.99 for it, and you value Samsung's software maturity and long-term support, then the Fold 8 Ultra might be the phone for you. Now, if you want the best camera system, the biggest battery, and the most innovative hardware for your money, and you're open to something other than Samsung, watch the reviews that we've already done on this channel. We've done reviews on the N6 Fold, the Vivo X300 Ultra, and the Oppo X9 Ultra. See what else is out there before you commit to Samsung's prices. Two very different phones for two very different buyers. Samsung has made real progress, especially on the Ultra. But at these prices, the competition from brands most Western buyers have never considered is worth a serious look. We cover all of this at Unlocked by Outflex. Global spec phones that don't make it to your local shop at prices that make the Samsung price tag harder to justify. Link to the website in the description. Subscribe if you want to see us get hands-on with the units when they arrive. And drop a comment. Fold 8 or Fold 8 Ultra? Which one would you pick? Till then, I'll see you in the next one.